Warning, the statements made on Drinking with Coast to Coast may be considered offensive to some viewers. Statements such as, but not limited to, Jesus isn't real, the South will not rise again, and Mexico is a third world country. Before becoming offended, please keep in mind that these statements are merely the opinions of three drunken retards and should not be taken seriously. However, if you do discover that you are in fact a vagina and become offended by something Coast to Coast says, for example, we just said retards, you're welcome to cry about it below with an asshole comment. While you're at it, lick my butt.
Alright, hello everybody. Today's opening toast goes out to Hollywood and all the new movie trailers being released lately. Well, with Jurassic World and Star Wars, the new trailer coming out Friday.
Woo!
Wait, quit wooing!
Alright, to trailers! Trailer parks.
Woo!
Evan Williams. That's what I got.
Fireball.
Southern Comfort.
Yes. We now have a table number. This actually comes from our local Hardee's. So I think it's fine. It was a randomly picked number.
Oh, yeah. We've been waiting for months. Where the fuck is our food?
This is really, really aggravating.
Well, it's worth it. It's Angus beef.
Oh, they're gonna get a bad score on their comic card.
So, what are you drinking today, Jesse? I see you've got a Harley Davidson drink, so you're a badass.
Pretty much. Miller High Life. Yeah.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I'm cool.
Okay. Well,
Harley Davidson.
what's
You
the
say
real
so.
reason?
It's got tattoos on the can.
Unlike you.
Yeah, the can, not you.
This makes me still cool.
You
for me.
are still the only guy at this table. Actually, you're the only member of Coast to Coast without tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
No tattoos. I've had a piercing, but that's it.
Was it your ear fag?
It was my labrae. Of all things.
Still.
I did it for a girl, believe it or not.
I was
That
trying
is
to be
actually
just
kinda
like her.
surprising.
Yeah, I know.
That is amazing.
And then it wore down my gum line, so I got rid of it.
I had the snake bites once, and
Twice.
sit over there and be quiet. But it would never. One of them was just never healing right, so I was just like, you know what, fuck this. They looked cool, but I took them out.
I've
Somehow
just
it's
got
not
the
meant
one
for it.
here. I do want to get
I think I'll redo them
gauges.
sometime.
And the
plugs,
belly button.
something. Well, yeah, of course that. I mean,
You gotta get the
that's right after my tramp stamp.
the nipples in the belly button with the chain. Yes.
I knew a gal who was stretching her tongue. And I have a photo somewhere.
Stretching it?
I
Like
wish I would have shown it. But
hanging a weight on it.
She put a straw through it, and I drank through her straw. And we have a photo of me doing it. And it was really weird. But she thought it was the weirdest experience. She's like, that's what? The whole time feeling like liquid rush through her tongue.
I would imagine
I was
that would
happy to be a
pretty
part
weird.
of it.
That is weird. Okay.
Anyway,
So what are you drinking, Michael?
straight vodka.
That is
Chug,
badass.
chug.
No, it's water.
It's water. Yeah.
It's totally water.
But it's on tap.
It is.
And it's in a Sam Adams glass.
Right, so it kind of counts.
Yes. And today, Miley has accepted my rock.
You're getting married.
Rolling Rock. Oh, God, no. Yep, Rolling Rock, the drink of AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd.
That's right.
One of my favorite web shows.
Channeling your inner James Rolfe.
Rolf. Yes.
He's
I
a funny
watched
guy.
the movie.
That's
Did
Oh,
you see the movie?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Yeah, I've got it on my computer.
Did they do anything about how the fact that they actually had Doug up? The
The movie kind of has a sarcastic spin on the situation, so like it's actually kind of perfect that it
Because well, it was.
came out around that time.
You say it was made before they actually did the dig, right?
Yes, the movie had been planning that movie for quite a while.
I would have been pissed if I was him when I found out. Like, they did it! I
That-
got a movie coming out about it!
Yeah, because it took him a long time to make the movie. I mean, years, obviously, but because he's not a huge movie company.
Right.
I liked it a lot though. It was purposely cheesy, like old Hollywood style. And some stuff was just great cheesy. Like there was a part where he's flying a jet, and you could totally tell it's a toy. And like even the fire coming out the back is like sparkler sparks.
It took them how long to make this film?
It's a pretty great movie. It took him a few years, like 5 or 6 years, I think. You notice it was like his first like '06 season of his show. I think he is when he first hinted that he'll be reviewing E.T. in AVGN the movie, and then the movie didn't come out until like 2014. But
So anybody who hasn't ever heard of this guy before,
Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yep. Go check it out. I think he's just part of Cinemassacre's channel, isn't it?
He has his own, and I mean, all you gotta do is just look up Angry Video Game Nerd. You'll find it.
it's reviews mostly retro. Or
I mean, if you're into
older.
gaming at all and the internet, and you haven't heard of him, I mean, I'm wondering what you're doing wrong.
It's very funny. Very foul-mouthed man.
Oh yeah.
Just
He's-
also very funny.
He's one of those
Very angry.
early
As in
YouTubers.
his name.
Angry Video Game Nerd. He's one of those early YouTubers that got lucky because he was doing crap. You know, if he started doing it today, would he get as popular? I kind of doubt it. But he was back when there weren't as many videos to choose from.
Yeah.
That makes me angry. I think about that a lot lately because I've been
angry.
I just started watching people that were there from the start now. So I'm trying to check out some of their
Yeah.
things. I'm thinking, man, there's so many things like these people, and these people are just like they're making YouTube dollars.
Well, because there were so many people that broke the mold on what they do, everybody's trying to copy it.
Yeah, but
Like-
it doesn't really work to
Like-
copy it.
But
No,
some of them do such simple things like just sit in front of their camera all day and
Well,
talk
yeah.
about their life.
Or
Like
Rooster
AVGN
Teeth.
all does, video games. Rooster Teeth just does machinima. Jenna Marbles just sits there with her dogs.
There's-
anything like that, it's
Yeah, it does kind of piss you off because it's such simple bullshit, and it can't be done today. It's kind of like people saying like just start up your own business. Nowadays it's like it worked for this guy.
Not that
Yeah,
easy.
in the '70s, okay, but now
It's
no.
all
unless
done.
you've got so many tens or hundreds of thousands in liquidatable assets, you're pretty much fucked.
Unless you're already rich.
Mm.
So anyway, so that was a good chat about that. But I think our real opening topic is Thanksgiving. We're filming this the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. yeah. You guys have to work at all? I know I do.
I don't have to work tomorrow, but I have to work Friday.
You have to. People still give plasma on Thanksgiving. That is-
They're not expecting a
that
big
is
turnout.
sad.
Matter of fact, I scheduled so I'm the only worker.
That is
I figure
pathetic.
I'll be having some stand around time.
I mean,
Hey, I get paid
Probably.
extra.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, the crack dealers take Thanksgiving off. So what are they gonna buy?
It's true. One of the biggest horseshit reasons that our RGM, our boss's boss, told us why we were open on Thanksgiving and all that, he was like, well, after everybody goes and eats with their families, they're going to want to go out, so we're open because people want to shop. I'm like, no, people shop because we're open.
Yeah.
You have the power here. You don't fucking understand that if you close your doors, people can't do shit? Like, it's... I don't know.
Maybe he's just
It's
trying
dumb.
to get a little extra cash.
Son of a bitch.
Something like
Make
that.
make the higher ups happy or something.
I, however, will not be working because evidently people don't want pizza on Thanksgiving, which isn't entirely true, but for
No.
the most part true.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't want turkey. I hate turkey.
You're weird.
Do you like turkey?
I really do like turkey.
I like turkey.
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 I've always hated it. It's dry and I don't know. Don't
I have a
care.
gal
like
from
it.
work. She's for her Thanksgiving. She's gonna make cabbage and rice with her daughter.
She's
for
good.
Thanksgiving.
Planning on doing
Just
some
cabbage
shit.
and
Oh,
rice?
there was stuffing, so there was that.
Cabbage, rice, and stuffing.
What about ham? That's
Nope.
the alternative.
Do they not eat meat?
No, they do. They don't know. I questioned her quite a bit. I'm like, what? Why?
That's
She's like, well, we like cabbage. I'm like, that's a horrible idea.
Well, you're weird for what you like.
so. Have your dead
She's
plants with a
black.
dead bird.
Oh, that's well then.
Good for you. Good.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's okay.
Congratulations on overcoming adversity.
She's gonna get fried chicken.
KFC
I said
is
fried
open.
chicken.
KFC's open, right?
That's a black joke there. That's a black joke. Yeah, Thanksgiving. So we talked about Thanksgiving, Jesse and I, last year. About you had a funny story about your aunt praying to the atheists.
Oh
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like, whoever's here doesn't believe in you.
So like, all eyes on me. Oh, their eyes were closed apparently.
It's like,
So
oh, thanks
but
for
they
not
were
calling
trying
me
to
out.
look at me.
Well, you know that because your eyes were open.
Yeah. I was like,
I always like to have my eyes open when the families doing their rain dance prayer.
I mean, why?
Well, yeah. Why would you close your eyes? But it's great to find out who else has their eyes open. If
Oh,
they
yeah.
You should
shouldn't.
feel a little awkward.
But at that point, when you do have your eyes open, you look around at your other family members. It's fun to see like who is married into your family that's not 100% with it.
There are times definitely where someone's like looking down at the dog.
Mm-hmm. And they're just like,
Look at that dog.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Someone you catch someone to hold their phone for a second. And, like that's a straight up Christian.
I talked to my mom this year, or a little bit.
I hope so.
Shut up.
only this year.
I mean, about this year, but kind of just in general that I don't want them teaching my kid anything religious as if it's real, and not to bring it up.
Yeah.
But I also mentioned that it's bogus. Why do we have to come sit with you when you? I don't want why do you try to include us every time you guys pray at the table?
Yeah.
When we
Can we
get
just
together for this
go
family
eat
thing?
while you guys are doing that?
Yeah, because they'll come on in for prayer. Because we'll be off doing something else, and they'll literally come in and say, it's not, hey, it's time to eat. It's like, okay, everybody come in here. We're gonna say grace. Like that to me is just rude. That's purposely not acknowledging that we don't believe that. That's actually sounds like denial.
Well,
like
'cause you
if we
gotta
drag
bless-
them in there, they'll believe.
You gotta bless the food. If everybody doesn't hear it, it
I
doesn't count.
suppose, I guess if we bring our own food the next time, we can just eat our own food. Because how's that rude?
Yeah.
Well, it's
You're like,
just,
what? I brought this. You
Right,
cook
this
that.
is my food. I brought it.
I
I'm
don't
just waiting for you guys
see
to
why
finish.
we have
You gonna
to
eat
be.
that whole thing of green bean casserole?
I don't see why we have to
Yes.
be included in it, is what I'm saying. I mean, if I were visiting a Buddhist temple, I would do the things
Respect
they do
it.
out of respect. But this is your freaking family, and they should recognize that us joining them for grace is it's about as pointless as us
Saying
joining
grace.
them for grace. Yeah, it's about as pointless as saying grace. Yeah.
Oh my.
What was
that?
that?
There's an eBay item ending soon.
Oh, time out. We should look into that.
Yeah.
Humdinger of a thing.
So yeah, prayer's dumb.
Yeah.
So did you have a funny story about Thanksgiving?
I do.
Good. So anyway,
Oh. Anyway, when I don't know how young I was. I don't remember this. It was a story that was told to me from my mom and grandma. But probably I want to say maybe 4 or 5. And I had this Big Bird stuffed toy that I ran around with, all the time when I was a kid. I think it had like pull string on the back and said shit or whatever. But it was
still have it.
maybe somewhere. I don't know. But it was this big plush that it was like this big. So to me, it was like about as tall
Life
as
size.
This is Big Bird.
Yeah.
That's a big bird.
Well, I was in the kitchen and my grandpa and grandma were talking about what we were gonna have for dinner and what was gonna be cooked and everything. And my grandpa was like, "Oh, we'll have this, we'll have that. We're gonna have a Big Bird." And I heard that and I was just like, "No!" And ran into my room and grabbed it and I was hugging it and I was crying because I didn't want him to cook my Big Bird.
This is when you were 15?
4.
4, okay.
Close. But I freaked out and I ran in and I grabbed it and it took them probably an hour to calm down and tell me they weren't going to cook my toy.
Here's a medication later.
And I'm still self-medicating.
Did you really think that you were going to eat a toy? Well,
When you're that young, yeah.
You never know.
I know I always ate my toys.
Mm.
It was,
That explains some things.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm the one who's lost weight. What do you got?
Oh, okay. You must be the lightest of us all here. Okay.
No,
That's probably me.
Actually, yeah, it probably is.
still.
I don't know.
That beard weighs more than you, probably.
The beard is mighty.
That is a great beard.
Trying to get some good light on that so we can get everyone a nice clean shot of that beard.
It's,
Very glorious. I kind of miss mine
you can hardly see any of the sperm.
Right?
He
now.
does a good job of cleaning it.
Yeah.
So.
I took good care to comb it in.
Looks like gel.
I'm going to go wash it out on the break. It's like a real good conditioner.
I can vouch for that.
Whatever.
You can also vouch for making great toothpaste. Anyway.
So we're having Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yeah.
You'll be joining
Your family.
my fam.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
It's gonna happen.
I get to see. Gosh. Somebody needs to remember to bring the alcohol. Hi,
I
Jess.
gotta go straight from work to there. And then straight from there to my mom's family.
Oh, the fun family.
Sounds good.
Not that my family doesn't do the annoying prayer either. It's just I've never had a prayer dig shot at
And
me.
now there's a mass at my mom's. So we're just a
For
large
having the
group
whole
of
congregation
people.
there.
I'm surprised we don't hold hands together when we're doing the group prayers.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, I'm so glad we don't do it.
We
but-
do that.
What is the point? Don't they think that it wouldn't work if I was in there?
I don't know.
Like I said, if everybody doesn't hear it, it doesn't count.
You are the weakest link.
I don't know. But it's like, apparently prayer is like electricity. If you have one broken link in the chain, it doesn't get to everyone.
There's always some excuse why it wasn't answered.
Yeah, there's always something.
Yeah. Grandma
But
was
it's
in the
always
hospital.
positive.
Grandma was in the hospital. She was gonna either, we prayed that she either dies peacefully or pulls through. Like, oh, that's cool. Either one's gonna happen. So whichever one happens,
Flip of the coin. It's God's word.
you're gonna say, you see, it worked. Yeah.
I got a
It
coin we
was
can
just her
flip.
time.
Pretty appropriate.
What's that? Wow.
It's chocolate.
That's
Eat it.
It is not chocolate. Turn it over.
It almost feels fake. It's Two Faces coin.
That's awesome.
Cool, thanks. Now it's time for show and tell. You know what? It's nice not having B here because I don't have some negative fat ass yelling at me the entire time.
Grandma's dead.
Damn.
No.
To grandma.
To grandma.
Poor grandma. Well, like I said, we prayed that she go peacefully or he saves her, and she went peacefully, so he's real.
I don't think so. I could hear her screaming all the way down the hall.
She was shaking the whole time.
Okay, well, next time we're just going to say we pray she dies or lives.
Does that make you feel better, Timmy?
Maybe? No?
Stop questioning things.
Alrighty! It is one of my favorite segments, because we have so many.
Hugging with Cose to Cose.
No.
Nope.
How many fucking times have we gone over this?
I had to try.
I promise you wouldn't try on camera. Anyway,
He lied.
it's show and tell time, folks! Yay!
Yay!
And this time, B would be up. And what we used to do before, whenever B didn't have something, because he owns like 3 things, is I would probably just show one of my millions of crazy things. But Michael is going to be showing. I like it. We need to get. I'd like to see some of Michael's shows and tells.
Just changing it up. I like it.
It's crazy.
Fresh.
I will tell you about my show.
Fresh shows and tells.
Oh yeah, what did we drink, by the way? I had
You had the sailor.
Sailor Jerry. 92 proof. Oh man, looks like someone's getting lucky tonight.
It's probably a sexy lady on the front of it.
Oh, I meant one of you guys.
Well, that too. I had Canadian Mist
Ooh.
from the Great White North, eh?
Also sounds
Yeah,
sexy.
well, too bad B's not here.
Mine's early times. Kentucky whiskey.
Canadian jizz.
Aged in oak for a taste worth the wait.
You can taste the oak.
80 proof.
You can.
Yeah. Why are you saying it like that?
I don't know. It seemed right. They got this like map.
It's like Kentucky. Kentucky.
Well, good thing B's not here again, or he'd be hating the South.
You're gonna be hating the setup of the bottles.
I love this.
This would be all over.
It would be gone.
I've been trying to make a GIF or GIF or whatever, a GIF of be doing that. So I'm trying to find a program. If you can think of one that you can easily use or something online that you can make a quick.
And by easy,
Yeah.
he means easy.
Super easy. Down to the bare easy bones.
Like,
Easy bone.
he actually
Easy
has a
boners.
hard time just turning the PC on.
I want to, or you make it yourself. Make Make it of B from whatever the episode was, where B just goes crazy.
Pushes it.
Hadouken! And then throwing the
That was great.
That's what I want.
I liked that. That was a
That
good
was
time.
a good emulation.
All right.
I do want to throw it out there though. It is GIF. There is a GIF of the creator of the GIF with a GIF behind him
And peanut butter.
that says it's pronounced GIF.
Cool. Huh.
Huh.
It is a GIF.
Mm-hmm.
I think I always did say GIF. No, I always said GIF. Ah, fuck
Hey,
it. So it's show
whatever.
and tell.
Right.
What do you got for us?
I brought the collector's editions of some of my games. The only collector's editions that I own. So, enjoy them.
I'll collect
So
your
you're
edition.
Nick, not now. I'm
Now,
sorry. Not
some of you may recall from 2 episodes ago when Jesse brought his on, his little statuettes.
What are you doing with?
This is mine.
Only one man can own that.
This is my Batman.
That can't
You
be.
can't, Jesse. This is my Batman.
Batman!
No, because I own that.
No.
Just like I own your award for the Hammer of Dawn.
but
Actually,
he
I invented the
Hammer of Dawn.
we went over this.
Multiple times. Every
Yes.
time you're here. I don't
guess
know why
maybe
you
something's
can't-
not sticking. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anyway,
So-
as you can see, here's
I like your Batman.
yes
You made a nice Batman.
The Batman that-
Let's do a close up.
that Jesse brought that I also have.
I've got that one as well. So it's, it's just as good.
I like. Is this
It's
where
a good
the-
runner-up.
Where the game is?
It is.
It's a good
It's
runner-up.
the Arkham City
Oh,
Collectors. There is a little booklet in here too
You can clearly see that this is his because you didn't bring all this.
that has some of the sketches for the characters and such.
Robin sucks.
Robin's not bad in this one.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that bad.
Two-Face and just set pieces and stuff like that. And there's the
That's
game.
really awesome.
But yeah, that's the collector's edition of Arkham City.
This is a fine example of when getting the more expensive version of a video game is actually worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Theft Auto has yet to do that, and it's one of the biggest games. Get your shit together. I don't
You
want
get a
a,
bank bag and a hat.
I don't want a fucking bank bag and a hat.
That's all you get.
I want a statue of a dude ripping someone out of a car.
And
Right.
this one is actually the first collector's edition
I
got.
wish I had this. I really wish I would have gotten
Yeah.
This was the
chance.
Oh,
Oh, there's
Batman
Arkham.
Arkham Asylum collector's edition.
that's a battery.
The first game.
Right there.
It is.
Oh, that
It is not detachable like
Ah.
was initially advertised, which is why I wanted to get this in the first place.
They tricked you.
That's why I
They
wanted
did,
to get the Halo
because
helmet
they,
from Halo 3.
So you can wear
So I
it.
could wear it.
But it's not wearable.
You need to calm down. You're getting a little.
No, it's the
You're
vodka.
drunk.
There's
That's pretty cool
the
though.
battery.
It's
it
not
was
deta-
originally marketed as being detachable from the stand, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Well, technically,
actual battery.
this is a separate piece of plastic. You could.
Yeah,
Bust that
but
off
it's
there.
not-
You've waved this around once or twice, haven't you? You've held in your hands and
No.
tossed it through the yard.
No, he's not a nerd.
This also comes with
Hmm.
the Arkham Journal.
Oh, I didn't get this thing. Well, obviously I didn't.
You didn't get the
battery,
special.
but
Mm.
I normally don't show off these little things like this, but they are really cool little stuff.
This is the journal of one of the doctors at Arkham, Dr. Penelope
See,
Young.
you set your glasses.
Isn't that the crap you find in the game? Or am I wrong?
Well, there are profiles of everyone that you can find. Like, this is Victor Zsasz.
Victor's ass?
Yep. Not just his whole body, his ass.
Just his ass.
There's Harley. It's got
I wouldn't mind.
profiles of the Arkham patients and
She's not real. B. Okay.
Scarecrow.
Nice.
Yep, and it's got everybody in here and
I was
just
very
different depictions.
I was very impressed with the Arkham games. It's too bad that because of the slew of bad Batman games over decades that I did not give them a chance. Just like I did not give Batman Begins a chance. I didn't watch that in theater. I watched a downloaded version of it where someone held a camera in the theater, and then I was blown away. I thought
It was actually good.
after Batman and Robin, I was done, and after all the bad
Yeah.
Batman games,
Yeah.
I was done.
I read about this back before it came out, and they said you were going to be able to actually read their heartbeats and frighten them by taking them out one by one and stringing them up and everything. And I was like, that's Batman. This is what it's supposed to be. I'm fucking getting this.
Yeah.
And the Arkham games have not disappointed. I have not played Origins because it wasn't handled by Rocksteady, and I think that's
okay.
a bit blasphemous.
You don't have to.
But Arkham Knight is being handled by them, and I am so fucking excited about that.
Just
Huge
started
bat
releasing-
boner.
They just started releasing video stuff for that.
Oh yeah,
For-
Batmobile. Oh, it's gonna be so good. You can drive it and just run around, and
I
I'm
haven't
probably
played.
going to get
It's
the
very
collector's
fluid.
edition of that one too.
Yeah,
I haven't played
There are
Origins
different
either.
versions you can get.
Yes.
Which one do you want?
I want the Batmobile.
Me too.
Because it's obviously the best one.
Well, that sounds awesome.
And this one is probably the biggest one I have.
It's a huge cock.
It is. Not. It is a loot chest from Borderlands. This is the Borderlands
It's a
2
baby
Special
coffin.
Edition.
It's a what?
Baby coffin.
Well, now you've ruined the fucking surprise. I was gonna
You're
show
a
off.
terrible.
I was gonna show off my infant skeleton.
Well, I'm sorry. I had to guess.
Fine,
and,
now you just
apparently,
take all the fun out of it. Now I just gotta take it out bone by bone instead of doing a big reveal. Whatever.
You are a creepy, creepy man.
The steelbook case for the game.
Nice. Sneeze. That's very sneeze.
Yes, it is. Got. Oh, that's whatever. You don't need to
Bless
see
you.
that. The field journal of Hammerlock is one of the characters in the game. He's a gentleman scholar, hunter. He's very
I played
30s, 40s.
some of this game.
It's got enemy designs and more notes you can take.
Like anybody's gonna write in that.
I was worried about that, where
More,
people
yeah.
would give you those spaces in the books to write notes inside the collector's books.
More character
Well,
designs
not
and
just
shit like
collector's
that.
books, even in like Super Mario Brothers, like the original instruction manual,
Yeah.
and original NES games had
Oh, yeah, you can
they
show
had
it.
blank pages at the end where you could write down notes. And I even as a kid, even as a 6 and 7 year old, I felt like
Yeah.
no,
Like, you only
I don't
have a
want to
finite
write in
number.
that.
Why would you do that? Like, why would you use it up?
Yeah, that's also true. It's like, well, I would just write it on a separate piece of paper. I'm not going to
Yeah.
write in this manual.
Back then, I got all my stuff I needed from video game magazines, the code pages and things like that.
Nintendo Power!
That was the day.
Field power.
Nintendo Power.
Nintendo
Back
power.
before the internet.
And other
It
other
was.
magazines back then too. They just had all those
Yep.
sheets with all the list of codes for certain games, and I just rip them out of, or I just
Like-
keep the whole magazine tucked away in my room somewhere. So
Some games require.
EGM, PlayStation Monthly, you know, any of those.
I used to get Game
What's that?
Pro. I got Nintendo Power when I was younger, and I got Game Pro like in the early '90s. I still have a few Game Pro issues, ones that feature Mortal Kombat games on the cover, and it's fun to look through them because I know one of them features when Mortal Kombat 2. I'm a fan of that game.
Who knew?
Yeah,
that's weird.
yeah. When Mortal Kombat 2 came to the home systems, and when Ed Boon and John Tobias, the creators of it, were reviewing all the different versions, and it's interesting for that, but it's more interesting now to look through it and see like what was a big deal back then, and you know, plus they actually had weird things like the 3DO and the Jaguar were in there. You know. Good shits.
Yes.
I wish I had kept my stack of Game Pros, but those are one of those things that you think, and you get rid of.
You know, I don't know if we still do, but we might still have a crap load of those in our basement. They might
You
be,
do.
They might be yours.
Oh, Game Pros?
No, what like Nintendo Powers?
You guys have a crap load of Nintendo Powers in your basement. I saw those.
Which would be cool because that's not being made anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if that's
Your
out
brother,
there still.
your brother is not willing to relinquish.
If
any
they're
of
still
those.
if they're still there, I might try to find some good ones. And
I
bring them
will. I
over.
will trade him
Make
for
that a show and tell.
for buffet for life.
If you're
I don't know if you can handle that.
No, I'd go broke. I'll give him a ham sandwich.
There you go. Bobblehead
Nice.
of one of the characters is
Bobbleheads are gay.
these bobbleheads in the game are actually used as currency.
I've got a.
Get out of here.
Well, I got a Ninja Turtle bobblehead.
Nobody likes you. You know, you can bring it on now because
Yeah, I guess I can.
we don't use green screen.
I might just
Yeah.
do that. Make that my
Do
little
that.
totem.
Totem.
Totem. But yeah, in the game, those bobbleheads are used as currency, like $1,000+ or something.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah, they are.
hilarious.
Yeah. So they are actual game items that you can pick up, and they're worth more than the stacks of money.
That's funny.
And they sent one of those in that.
I heard the game is pretty hilarious. It's a first-person
is.
shooter. Or?
Yes, it's a first-person shooter RPG.
Okay.
You have
With good humorous.
3 different skill trees that you can put stuff, that you can put your points into, and you rank up, and you can add different things. Your guns have stats.
Mention how many guns the games have.
Now,
Over a bazillion. Bazillion got bazillion deer in Borderlands 2.
do you need to play Borderlands, or can I just play
You
Borderlands?
can jump into Borderlands 2 without playing 1. It will make more sense if you play 1 before 2, because the storyline of 1 does factor in, but it does explain what went on.
That made me not want to play 2, but my brother kind of gave me the gist. And so
I have
because
it
it's so
on-
weird.
I think I downloaded it for free on my PS3.
they are cool.
Yeah.
Well, because it's so weird, because the storyline of 1 is almost non-existent. Like, you have to read between all the lines to get anything what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no... In Borderlands 2, you have pretty much somebody over your shoulder the whole time saying, go here, this is what's going on, this is the plot, you know,
Oh, like
we're
Call of
talking
Duty.
about this, we're doing that. Kind of, but not
Not as bad.
not on a rail.
It doesn't hold your hand.
Yeah, you get to pick where you go and
Yeah.
missions you want to pick.
And just if you
Ton.
go to the wrong place, you're going to get your ass handed to you severely. Yes?
So the Borderland 2 gist narrator
Jizz.
is better, not jizz.
I'm sorry, I thought it was Jizz.
That's weird. I raised my hand. It's funny.
You have different
Is
narrations.
better. Shut up. Is better at telling you the story than Borderland itself was. Is what you're saying.
In the first one or the second one?
The Borderland 2 narration is better at telling you the story than of Borderland 1 than Borderland 1 was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because there's a certain point in the game of Borderlands 2 that you get to that kind of hashes over what happened in the first one very quickly. Because what it is you play one of 4 Vault Hunters, you're looking for a vault on the world is called Pandora, and basically at the end of the game, the first one, you find the vault, find out that it's filled with nothing but lies and a giant tentacle monster that wants to rip your face off.
Testicle monster.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
that's the game. You kill it, it closes for another 1,000 years, and that's the game.
You feel you kind of ruined
Now I don't need to
adventure
play it.
with this for nothing, really.
I don't need to play it.
But in the second one, you find out
I actually would love to check this game out.
that it was manipulated all along by the villain of 2, that he played the first heroes like a fiddle and just kind of...
I played
Let
you
them
like
along.
fiddle!
Yeah, he just kind of let him along, but that was not present in the first one. Yeah, it was nowhere to be found. They added it after the fact because the first production team, or whoever worked on it, I think what happened was they split, and some of the creative ideas and narration and everything went with them when they left. Because they couldn't use it because of creative licensing and shit like that. So
Mega
they just
Man.
kind of slapped it together, put a little bit of story here and there, and kind of made it coherent. But there's no real overarching voice work of this is where you're going, this is what you're doing. It's just kind of like, hey, this area opened up. Here's some text in the mission. This is kind of what's going on.
They just released the pre-sequel.
Yes.
And Tales of Borderlands, which is downloadable.
Yes, which is going to be fucking amazing because it's from Telltale, who did the Walking Dead series.
Those were fun. My
Yes.
wife played the first.
I played all the first season.
I liked watching it.
I've played the first episode of the second season because they released it for free. Go download it.
You guys ever played the Wolf Among Us?
Yes.
I think the whole
I have
second
the first
season.
2 or 3.
Isn't the whole second season out now?
Yes.
Wolf Among Us was also made by them.
Wolf Among Us is all out. They just released the first episode of the Borderlands one, and they're also doing a Game of Thrones one.
What I'm looking for is a physical copy of the
That's
second
good.
season of the
It probably will be coming out because they released the physical copy of the first one. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing it for Wolf Among Us. They'll do it for that. They'll release it all gathered into one thing. They will.
Telltale, they're
That'd be
rolling in it
That'd
now.
be lovely.
Anyway, fabric map of the world
Nice.
gives you.
That you have not opened.
No, I haven't put
A lot
any
of
of this
stuff
up
I
yet.
would never open
Well,
either.
when I do open this up, I'm going to put it in a frame and hang it up.
Ah, cool.
You get a little fold out that gives you the scope of the size of all the enemies.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah, you see down here where there's all those heroes?
Well, that's you.
That's you. You see this thing on the very end? It's that big?
That's that.
Yeah, that's like the raid boss at the end of the game after the end of the game.
Huh.
I just
So-
look at this big guy in the background.
And hold it up
Oh,
real
yeah, that
nice.
too.
Hold it up real good for the camera.
Uh,
Out. Oh. That's nice.
See
That is nice.
Quit eating my poster.
Jesse, you owe him a whole new all this shit, including the Batman stuff.
All right.
This is a bunch of postcards for the game for different places. It's a place called Opportunity.
So this is
That's
this
piece
is
of
a very
paper.
much like they did this with Destiny. It's
For a gun. One of the posters in the game.
Does this have kind of some of the humor from like BioShock?
Um,
You know how that was kind of
ish. Have you guys ever heard
that
of...
was a weird game. It was cool though.
Have you guys ever heard of the series Hey Ash, What You Playing?
No, I have not heard of that.
It's,
hey, ass, what you playing?
Anthony and Ashley Birch, brother and sister. The brother, Anthony Birch, wrote most of the script for Borderlands 2. His sister actually voices Tiny Tina.
Is
It's
she,
a character in the game.
is she tiny?
She is, and
She
she
Tina?
loves explosives. She is named Tina, and she is fucking insane, and she is hilarious.
I had a guy at work that was just, I don't know why, but he just
Yes.
kept playing voices, or all her voices on his
Decals.
phone for me.
Ooh.
Some decals in there for your car,
I
for
would
your
never
windows
use
or something.
those.
And this is another art book. It's
Nice.
art
Those are always
design.
nice.
Yeah.
Those
It's
with art, I'm guessing?
very
No,
good.
Jesse. It's a cookbook.
It's designed and certificate of authenticity,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
because to show you.
You really don't get that too often in these sort of things.
Yep. Each Borderlands 2 Ultimate Loot Chest Limited Edition is handcrafted by a Pandoran master bandit artist with the highest quality professional instruments.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know. It's on the paper. It's a
It's
certificate
certified.
of authenticity.
Yeah, Beast's gotten one.
Okay.
I
he
have-
got a certificate of award
Oh.
for being
Mine
big
is
fat ass.
36,921 of 53,160.
Very nice.
Sneeze.
Cool doodads.
You're such a nerd.
That is my show and tell.
I like it. I like it. I like the nerdy direction our entire channel has gone.
It's very nerdy.
It's because
That's
we're
what
all
we're here for.
actually nerds. We just stumbled upon a show that made fun of the Bible. So,
Oh, flip flop, yeah.
yeah, sorry to lead you into thinking we were just gonna do that.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Surprise, we're nerds. Okay, cool. So
Give 'em
great
a
show
shit.
and tell. All right, calm down.
No.
And that means it's time for.
What the fuck is that?
Current events with
Michael.
current events, yeah. Current events with
Michael.
current events.
Okay.
B will go nuts right now.
That's kind of the point.
At least make it to where the camera can see that they're
not
a
working.
mangled mess of non-conformity.
That is not even.
Shut up and cheers.
Cheers!
Aye.
Charge.
Charge. I tell you what, I can't get enough of that current events with Michael.
Yeah, that's a great tune.
It is.
It's
starting to grow on me.
It's starting to grow on the show. I guess we haven't explained why B's not here tonight. He has a family thing. He's going to.
He's got to shave his cats.
That's the family thing.
Yep.
That is his family.
Yes.
His cats.
And
Not
shave
at
them.
all. Not at all a Thanksgiving thing where he has to be out of town.
They've gotten
No.
fleas. He has to shave them off. He has to shave himself because he got the fleas.
It wasn't
Yeah.
fleas. It was.
And he's got to do it at
herpes.
the same time, because if he doesn't shave himself when he shaves the cats, they could jump onto him.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
just
he is one and the same.
it's just him and his pussies in the shower, and he's just shaving them.
They all shower together.
Yeah.
He locks the door.
The funny thing is the cats are calm in the shower, and B's the one freaking out, clawing everyone. We love you, B.
Oh, you knocked out our monument to be.
Yeah. Do you like our setup? We tried to get it as close to how you'd have it as possible.
Almost accurate.
All right, so it's current events.
With me.
Current events with Michael.
Current events with me. Current events.
Yeah.
Current events with me. Current events.
Okay.
It's a terrible scream.
That was.
I wasn't really gonna really scream.
Someone stole your screen.
Anyway, current events and news. I don't need to pull my phone out for this because, let's face it, we know what we're going to talk about. The brutalization of turkeys.
Yes, finally.
I'm glad someone else brought it up.
Somebody's got to say it.
Let's stick to cows.
You know what?
But seriously, I'm sure everyone in the world has heard of the goings-on in Ferguson and everywhere else in the U.S. as
Clarissa
subsequent.
explains it all. Really.
That was Clarissa explains it all. Ferguson was a character. That was her brother.
Okay, guess I don't know what I'm talking
God, get your
Apparently,
Nickelodeon 1990s shit right.
Apparently, I have no idea what I'm talking about here. So.
You don't.
Ass clown.
He was kind of a loser, so I guess we're not talking
Well,
about
he was a ginger, and that's gross. So, Michael.
Yeah. Yes, Nick.
Yeah, but you're not like that freak freckled ginger.
No.
You're the
I'm like half ginger.
Yeah,
I'm like
you're-
from.
you're the
You're down.
brown. You're the brown and red, but you're not like the freak. Ow! You know, like when you
It's
see
okay.
it.
It's only me. It's only me.
It's Michael, you're comfortable in like that.
Yeah. In fact, you get erections around me all the time. It's okay.
You really,
I do.
they're massive.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So we're talking about.
yeah.
I don't know a lot of the details of it. So
Me as well.
Let's talk about it.
Do you, okay, so what do you guys know about it so far?
I know
Or
a,
what do you know about what happened before? In August with the shooting.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know cops love to shoot people, like when they're holding Wii controllers, or when they're an unarmed dog.
or if
You know
they
what?
had a
That's
BB
great.
gun, an airsoft gun, which yesterday, the day before, there was a 12-year-old kid that was shot dead by a police officer because he had an airsoft gun in his pants and was sitting there reaching for it, pointing it at people, and somebody called them. And I saw that they released a security footage video.
Jesus.
And there's no sound on it, and it's real choppy as fuck. Like every single public security video seems to be, because we can't have
We
fucking
can't up the
closed circuit
technology.
television like Britain.
We can't up the tech on that for some reason, but our phones are amazing.
Oh yeah, but our public surveillance sucks ass. Explain that. Anyway, but I watched the video of it, and they fucking barrel up in the grass because he's on a swing set like by a gazebo.
Mm-hmm.
They just barrel up in the grass. There's a pavement right here, and they just fucking come up here. They like get out of the car real quick, and he's walking up. He fucking like walks behind the cop car, and you can't see anything else from him the whole time. Like you just see the cops get out. I couldn't really tell, what shots were fired from who, but you don't see the kid after he gets behind the car. Like after when they shot him, his body was on the other side of the car. Like you can't see what's going on.
How old was this kid?
12.
12. But that's not the current story we're talking about.
No, but it happened the morning of the decision at Ferguson.
Okay.
But
Cops are. They need to have their guns taken away.
yeah, no. The whole Ferguson thing was there was a cop that the whole thing is becoming a racially charged debate, which it shouldn't be. It shouldn't boil down to that. It should boil down to police overpowerment that everyone is overlooking because it was a white cop and a black victim. But
It's always like that, isn't it?
yeah, that's always what it boils down to.
Yeah,
And
it
just-
shouldn't be about race. It definitely should be about the fact that cops suck.
Yeah, and it disappoints me and it saddens me that everything is boiling down to race again. We already had a fucking riot for Rodney King. We don't need a second one. But
So this guy wasn't even armed though, from what I understand.
no, he and his friend were walking down the middle of the street, right?
Yeah.
Cop came by and asked him to get out of the middle of the street and get onto the sidewalk. Apparently, according to the cop, I don't know, out of all this, there's only 2 people that know actually what happened, and one of them's dead now, so it's gonna be biased.
Right.
But supposedly what happened was he asked them to move to the sidewalk, not be in the middle of the street, because jaywalking, bullshit like that.
I can kind of.
Well, how many
understand.
cops actually deal with that?
Right.
Jaywalking. It's like the
Well,
pettiest of.
I mean, I see
I
that
know.
kind of shit in Peoria, which is our pseudo
But it's
bigger city.
Yeah,
it's just
especially on the
outside of
weekends,
St. Louis
but-
in Missouri. They're gonna profile, is what it comes down to.
Sure.
Mhm.
But so supposedly the kid Michael Brown, told them to, or he said, you know, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Or something like that. So they kept walking. The cop, like, backed up. He claims that he thought that he was a suspect in a gas station robbery earlier that night because they stole some wraps, some cigar wraps, blunt sticks.
Was he?
No. No, there was surveillance video from that gas station of him purchasing those sticks.
But he assumed that he was the person.
Yes. But at the time that happened, there's so many fucking conflicting reports about this because he claims that he stopped him because he saw him holding the wrappers, the sticks, because he had heard about that and thought that he was the person that did it. When there are other reports that say that that hadn't happened at that time and there was no way the officer would have known about it, so he would have been profiling it for being black and walking in the middle of the street and this and that.
Which is illegal.
Right.
Any chance he
Well,
can get.
technically jaywalking is. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he back-talked him. The cop backed the car up to him and tried to... His testimony was he backed the car up, tried to talk to him, tried to open the door. The kid rushed him and, like, shoved the door back and whatever and, like, was fighting with him and, like, tried to reach in the door, like, in the window and, like, do all this shit.
So the cop was in the car this whole time?
Part of it? See, I don't know, because he says that he shot him because he was coming at him menacingly. There's, like I said, there are so many conflicting reports because he was in the car and the kid came at him and shut the door on him, or like he tried to open it and he pushed it back. There are people that said
my authority!
he was outside the car and the kid was walking up with his hands up and he shot him.
So, how are they getting their information out of this? I mean, is there any audio that goes to this?
It was just
No,
this
as
one.
far as I know, the dash cam from the cop's car hasn't even been released or been...
Because I would think that would
It was broken that day. What a strange coincidence.
But ultimately, when it came down to it, what was the city? Was there the riots?
Well, yeah, that's the resulting
Well,
what happened.
You know,
But-
no matter what went down, he shot to death an unarmed.
and unarmed teenagers, what it boils down to is no matter if he's a cop, what happened, if he was coming at him menacingly, if he posed a threat, whatever, you have non-lethal takedown tactics for a fucking reason. Use them.
Yeah.
Use a taser, shoot him in the kneecaps, do fucking something. There's no reason. He claims that he shot him, he put a couple of shots into him, and he just kept coming at him, so he kept shooting at him.
Oh, so he was a
The cop's
zombie.
testimony. Well, it's about what it sounds like, because he said that he just kept firing, and he saw the one go into his head, and verbatim, the quote from the cop said that when that round went into his head, he saw all the expression leave. Well, yeah, because you just fucking killed him.
Oh, that's what happens.
So, anyway, after the shooting, there was a big thing, there was a big to-do, people protested, there were a little bit of riots, not much.
Shouldn't have been turned into a black thing. Should have been an anti-cop thing.
Yeah, it just over militarization and too much power and just shit like that.
Sure, yeah.
Just
where's this at exactly, in particular?
Ferguson, Missouri.
Missouri. Okay.
It's a little outside of St. Louis. Nick.
The riot crowd, they weren't just black people though.
No,
Were they?
no, not all of them. I don't know about down there. It was a lot of black people because that's their community. That's the neighborhood.
There's a large
is
amount
when
of black people
Yes.
there. But, I mean, it was a mixed... It wasn't a black versus white thing.
No, it wasn't strictly drawn lines.
Okay.
And I'm sure there was a mixing of, both sides down there because there was a retired police chief who was white actually who stood with the protesters and defended
I
them.
think I could actually... I could understand being a part of that riot. As long as you weren't hurting anybody innocent. Or,
Well,
but I don't,
Yep. Well, there's another thing though. So the riots that caused burning down of buildings and things. Am I
at
right?
least over a dozen, yes.
'Cause, our good friend Paul Torval, he had posted a thing on Facebook saying, "Dear Ferguson, burning your town down does little to enhance your credibility as peaceful and rational people."
that's true.
Best me. Little Paul Torval.
I love
News
that.
Undies.
Love that
friend
guy.
of Bible Answers.
I do want to put that out there that there were citizens of the town that were standing outside of stores keeping people from breaking and looting and doing shit like that.
Yeah, see, that'd be...
There were citizens of the town that were preventing people from causing damage and doing things like that. There were girls with wheelbarrows of water, like keeping people hydrated, making sure like people were actually actively trying to calm everyone down and not create what
Why didn't they
eventually
just go
happened.
burn down the police station? They probably all would have just been
Because there was
shot.
a police force outside of it.
Yeah,
Like that was one of the first places they manned.
I truly don't see the point of destroying.
We're gonna protect ourselves, but not the city.
Yeah, I was like, why destroy your own town?
Yeah.
And the people that
Yeah,
the
that part-
buildings and
Well,
That-
see, and
that part's dumb.
one of my friends brought up a point, and I think he's right because I don't think it was all Ferguson residents. Like it had to have been some people from
came
St.
in
Louis.
from- they've done this before.
I would imagine that some people did come in with the mentality, oh, they're gonna, they're not gonna charge this guy. All hell's gonna break loose. I'm gonna get some free shit.
They did something
like-
similar to this.
I can
Yeah.
guarantee there were a few people with that mindset there going, this is gonna be total anarchy. Let's get some free stuff.
What was the thing going on that was a while back earlier this year where the cop killed another black kid? But it was like another thing. I can't remember what it was, but it was another thing on the news.
Well, the shit happens a lot. Though.
Mm.
So like
What was that?
which
Yeah, which
time?
one?
I don't. It's the
I want to
three-
say it was something about in a convenience store.
I'll
Or
say the
something
three
like
the
that.
biggest ones that I recall right now is of course the 12-year-old kid that happened just yesterday or day before, Ferguson and Trayvon Martin
My,
I think it's
with
the one.
George Zimmerman down in
That's
Florida.
it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Because
my problem here is the pigs never get in trouble.
Mm-mm.
They always end up protected.
They never get an indictment.
Like
They
that
hardly
pig
ever.
like that pig bitch that shot that kid for holding a Wii controller. You heard about that?
Mm.
It was
Current events with Ned.
Current events.
Yeah.
I got shut up. I got 52 seconds. This was a while back. This was earlier this year, but they went to a trailer in a trailer park looking for someone specific who had a warrant out for them. It was not the kid who answered the door. 17-year-old kid answered the door, still holding his Wii remote from playing. Cop pulls and fires because she sees what's in his hand. Like sees something in his hand. Like really? You're that bad at your job.
Police
Apparently.
apparently needs some better training in law enforcement.
It needs to be harder to unholster their gun, evidently.
That
It's just
should be
like,
the-
boom!
That should be the last resort.
Like, high bang,
Well,
every fucking time.
If they were looking for a suspect, they probably came up to the door with the gun drawn.
Like, okay,
They
sure,
probably came
but
down like that and then knocked on the door and then went back to however they held it. I don't know.
well, how about you not be such a stupid cunt? It's a Wii remote,
And hey, you get killed as a cop, you're a hero.
right? But well, if you
I hope
kill,
doesn't sound insensitive.
Not all the
really.
time.
you kill an innocent person as a cop, you're still an innocent, or you're an innocent person. Like you
Yeah.
don't get in trouble for it.
There needs to be some better rules probably put in place to make things.
We live in a police state.
Yeah, we do. But the resulting madness from all this was rioting in Ferguson. There were buildings burned down, looted, cars set on fire, all that shit. But it wasn't just there. There was, the rioting was there. There was protesting in St. Louis.
Surrounding areas.
University City, I think, was just outside of St. Louis. There was a cop shot in the arm. So there was a little bit of action taken back by someone or some group against them.
So let's do illegal stuff.
There was
I think
there was protesting in Chicago, New York, LA, like it was all over the country.
The riot would make more sense if the crowd, instead of burning their town down, the crowd went and shot that cop. Oh, that's illegal. But I mean, that would actually
Well,
make
so was
more
burning
sense.
down the building.
Yeah, so that would actually at least make sense.
Right.
Let's go ruin someone's business, their livelihood.
Right,
or
yeah.
people's jobs.
I do.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Possibly hurt someone.
I do want to put it out there that everywhere but Ferguson was pretty much peaceful protesting. Peaceful protesting, but there weren't riots. There weren't like burning cars or buildings or anything. L.A. and New York were highly militarized. There were ambulances and
There's too many people out
like
there. that
ATV,
you'd have
police
to
vehicles
have.
and shit like everywhere.
National Guard.
But like Times Square was full.
There's
But
so
they
many people
were
out
they
there,
were
you'd
taking
have to
people
have
out in
something
handcuffs. They were
serious
arresting
going on.
people. They were doing shit like that. But there was
Sure.
it was a little further south. I don't remember where, but there was a peaceful protest that shut down a highway twice over a couple hours. Nobody was arrested. The police let them do their thing. Like they marched, they did their thing,
As
they
long
protested.
as there was nothing
Yeah.
illegal.
Right. They walked
Protests
across
are
the
supposed to
interstate
be
and shut it
illegal.
down. But like they didn't do anything about it. Like that is the example of what it should have been. It
Sure.
should have been a peaceful protest saying, "Hey, we don't agree with this. We don't, whatever." The police saying, "Okay, fine, do your thing, walk through, do whatever," because the police shut down the interstate so they wouldn't
Treat
get
it
hit.
like an event.
Right.
Well, your opinion doesn't matter unless you're a rich white business owner who can pay for your, whoever gets elected. But hey, that's a different
You
topic.
digress.
Anyway, so happy Thanksgiving. Do not trust the police. Don't ever tell them anything because they will lie to you.
Oh yeah.
And turn whatever the fuck you say against you. No matter.
Oh yeah.
And video games are awesome.
Yep.
That's the moral of the story today. And Michael, you are so handsome,
I try.
so pretty.
Actually, I don't try. It just comes out like this. I just wake up every day.
I think
You're drunk.
I-
You're drunk. You're drunk.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Fuck off.